Good evening, this is GCN English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Nguyen Kim Kongsan. First, the headlines. Manipur Governor meets President, Vice President, discusses security with military commanders. Kuki tribal body denounces allegations of drone attack on security. Manipur tribal body locks DRI office. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol arrested over failed martial law attempt. News in detail. The governor of Manipur, Ajay Kumar Bhala, met with President Draupadi Murmu at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi today. He also held a separate meeting with Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar at the Vice President's enclave. On Tuesday, Lieutenant General Ramchandar Tiwari, General Officers Commanding-in-Chief GOC-in-C of the Eastern Command, accompanied by Lieutenant General Abhijit S. Pendharkar, GOC Spear Corps Major General S.S. Kartikeya, GOC 57 Mountain Divisions, and Major General Rafrup Singh, Igar South, called on Governor Bhala at the Ras Bhavan in Imphal. During the meeting, the GOC-in-C briefed the governor on the prevailing security situations in Manipur and provided a comprehensive overview of the security scenario across the northeastern region. In response to recent reports alleging a bombing at the 5th Manipur Rifles in Gangtok Foothill on January 14 at 9:30 p.m., the Committee on Tribal Unity (COTU) has issued a rebuttal, categorically denying any involvement by Kuki militants. The statement challenges what it calls baseless and orchestrated narratives perpetuated by Valley-based media outlets. COTU asserts that it is foolhardy to suggest that the Kuki community could procure high-grade weaponry or advanced drones given the community's dire humanitarian crisis. Thousands of displaced people remained in relief camps, struggling with critical shortages of food, medical supplies, quality health care, and not to mention strangulations of educational institutions from the state. The committee accuses the media of demonizing the Kuki community through unverified and one-sided reporting. They urge journalists to ensure balanced coverage, emphasizing the importance of consulting both sides before publishing divisive news. The Kuki community has endured almost 2 years of political and social turmoil, marked by displacement and the disruptions of basic services. COTU alleges that this ongoing crisis is compounded by an orchestrated effort to malign their image. Underscoring the community's determinations to stand against misinformation and advocate for justice amid challenges, the committee urged the media to uphold ethical reporting standards and contribute towards fostering peace and understanding in the conflict-ridden region. Citing the authorities' disregard for effective functioning, the Tribal Youth Council Manipur TYCM has locked the Tribal Research Institute DRI office yesterday. In an official statement, the Tribal Youth Council Manipur TYCM reported that when its volunteers visited the DRI office at 2:57 p.m. during office hours, they found it closed. It was also noted that the director and the administrative research officers did not attend the office in person. The tribal body has previously submitted a notice to the director of the Tribal Research Institute (TRI) requesting the resumption of normal operations at the TRI office in Chingmairong, Imphal, starting from January 15, 2025. The body has warned that if the office does not resume its functions, the government and relevant authorities will be held solely responsible for any unfortunate incidents that may occur thereafter. The Tribal Youth Council Manipur (TYCM) stated that when the Tribal Research Institute (TRI) office is weakened and there is a shortage of manpower, it directly impacts the tribal communities in Manipur by causing delays in developmental projects. Manipur police arrested 6 individuals linked to abductions and subsequent death of one MD Nawaz 33, son of MD Liharuddin, a resident of Kairang Mayai Laikai under Henga police stations. The abductions took place on January 14, 2025, with ransom demands allegedly made by suspected members of the militant group AT. Tragically, MD Nawaz was found and brought to Thoubal District Hospital on January 16. The arrested individuals have been identified as Sakol Sim Jingkaingan Ba Singh, 25, Jingakham Sanatwang Ba Singh, 19, Sapam Samorjit Singh, 32, Maibam Bokanjit Singh, 24, Atokpam Zibam Singh, 30, Jigakham Mani Singh, 41. Police have initiated further investigations to uncover the full extent of the crime and the involvement of the militant group. The Eastern Naga People's Organizations (EMPO) has stated that without financial, executive, and legislative autonomy, they cannot sign any document. This was stated after the second round of tripartite talks held at the police guest house in Chumok, Dimapur. The meeting lasted over 5 hours and was attended by 30 members representatives of EMPO. AK Misra led 3 central team members and the state representatives. Speaking to media after the meeting, EMPO President A. Ching Mak stated that the EMPO cannot sign any document without financial, executive, and legislative autonomy, which the government of India has agreed in principle. He also revealed that they had discussed several key proposals, to a few key demands remain to be agreed upon. He further said that they had discussed the demands thoroughly but declined to disclose them. Regarding the unemployment problem, the president stated that they had requested the government of India to give 1 central battalion or any central regiment. Another demand put forth is the enhancement of the village guards, which the central government has accepted, it said. He also stated that the earlier demand of EMPO was separate statehood. The government of India has offered us frontier Nagaland territory as a third option, he said. Let's hope that the government of India is serious and the solution will be acceptable to the EMPO people, he added. On being asked about the competencies, the EMPO president stated that they could not disclose it to the media, but that they had discussed it thoroughly in the meeting. He also hoped to have the next meeting very soon. On the directions of the talks, the EMPO president stated that the meeting was positive and the talks were in the right directions. It may be mentioned that the first round of talks was held on December 13 in New Delhi, in which the central government has reportedly offered frontier Nagaland territory, offering executive, legislative, and financial autonomy for 6 eastern districts of Nagaland. The 6 districts are Kifir, Longleng, Mon, Noklak, Samator, and Tuansang. The EMPO representing this district has showed the creation of a separate state since 2010, citing developmental neglects and historical discriminations by the state government. Deputy Commissioners of Churachandpur Darun Kumar, as flags of the Road Safety Month 2025 campaign two-wheeler rally on Wednesday from the Mini Secretariat in Tuibong, Churachandpur as part of observing Road Safety Awareness Month 2025. The district administrations of Churachandpur organized the event. The rally, led by the Deputy Commissioners and SP of Churachandpur, also showed the participations of ADCs and SDOs. It concluded at the SDO office in Churachandpur, with officials from the district administrations, DLOs, police, IRB personnel, AMI riders, and Royal Riders attending. Before flagging off the rally, Dharun Kumar emphasized the importance of Road Safety Month 2025. Dharun Kumar has pointed out that the district faces frequent road accidents. He called on civil society, the general public, and the people of the district to support the police force in enforcing traffic rules and promoting safe driving practices to reduce and prevent accidents. The DC urged the people of Churachandpur to follow road safety rules and take actions at the village, block, subdivisional, and district levels to make the district one of the safest from accidents. He also mentioned that the Ministry of Road and Transport has already launched unique schemes to address hit and run accidents. Under the schemes, families of victims can claim compensations by filling out Form 1 and submitting it to the Claim Enquiry Officers, SDM or SDC, for investigations. The officers will then submit an inquiry report in Form 2 to Claim Settlement Officer, DC, within 1 month along with the necessary documents. Families of deceased victims will receive an extra payment rupees 2 lakh, while those with grievous injuries will receive rupees 1.5 lakh. He added that the cashless treatment scheme in partnership with various hospitals will provide cashless treatment to accident victims. The 33rd Battalion of the Assam Rifles has been conferred the prestigious World Congress on Disaster Management, Disaster Risk Reductions, WCDM-DRR Award 2024 for its exceptional disaster response and relief efforts during the devastating Manipur floods caused by Cyclone Rimal. The award ceremony held at the Constitution's Club of India in New Delhi was attended by dignitaries and key officials. The accolade was presented to Colonel Radha Krishna, Commandant of the 33rd Assam Rifles by Sri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, in recognition of the battalion's swift and efficient actions in the face of a humanitarian crisis. The catastrophic floods in May, June, and July 2024 submerged large parts of Manipur, displacing thousands and causing significant loss of life and property. As the crisis unfolded, the 33rd Assam Rifles mobilized 47 flood response units within and out to initiate rescue and relief operations. During Operations Jal Rahat, first in May, the battalion rescued 2,065 people, providing urgent healthcare through mobile medical clinics. In Operation Zal Bharat 2 in July, another 1,380 lives were saved, with humanitarian aid and safe shelters offered to those displaced. Among the unit's heroic acts were the nocturnal evacuations of 21 critically ill ICU patients from Ras City Hospital and the daring rescue of a 73-year-old paralytic man trapped in 13 feet of floodwaters in Nagampal. The award acknowledges not only the bravery and professionalism of the 33rd Assam Rifles, but also its pivotal role in disaster management and humanitarian assistance across India's challenging terrains. As Manipur continues its recovery journey, the Assam Rifles stands as a symbol of resilience and unwavering commitment to safeguarding lives and fostering hope during times of crisis. 6 individuals have been arrested in connection with the abductions and subsequent death of MD Nawaz 33rd, a resident of Kairang Maya Laikai under Hengang police stations. According to Manipur police, Nawaz was abducted from his home on January 14, 2025, allegedly by suspected members of the group around Baitingal. His body was discovered at Thobal District Hospital on January 16. The police identified the 6 arrested individuals as Sagol Sim, Chingkhengamba Singh, 25, Chingakham Sanatomba Singh, 19, Sapam Samorzit Singh, 32, Maibam Bokenzit Singh, 24, Atopam Zibam Singh, 30, Chingakham Mani Singh, 41. Authorities suspected the abductions was motivated by ransom. Meanwhile, reacting to the abductions and death of the victim, a Meitei or Meitei Pangal Muslim, the Aram Baitingal Unit 2, and Jobrans has issued a clarification stating that it has no involvement in the death of an accused drug user apprehended by certain individuals misusing the unit's name on January 15. In an official statement, the AT unit revealed that the perpetrators who misused its name have been apprehended by the unit itself and was handed over to the police for necessary legal actions. The incident has put Arambay Tingle under scrutiny yet again after the accusations against Arambay Tingle of torture, force feeding a Muslim boy to eat pork on allegations of molestations. The Muslim CSOs and religious bodies in Manipur had condemned the act in the early part of January 2025. The latest incident involving the AT raises concerns about its activities and internal controls. Authorities are investigating whether the suspect acted independently or on the group's orders, amid growing calls for accountability. In a historic moment, the Indian Space Research Organization Thursday, January 16, successfully docked its space docking experiment SpaceX satellites in space. The Indian Space Agency shared the update on X, saying spacecraft docking was successfully completed. Let's walk through the SpaceX docking process. Maneuver from 15 m to 3 meter, hold point completed. Docking initiated with precision, leading to successful spacecraft capture. Retractions completed smoothly, followed by rigidizations for stability. Docking successfully completed, ISRO tweeted. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated ISRO for the feat. It is a significant stepping stone for India's ambitious space missions in the years to come, he wrote on X. India has become the fourth country to have achieved an unmanned docking in space. With this, ISRO has taken a giant step ahead for future space endeavors. Docking is a process wherein two spacecraft are brought to the same orbit to join them together. This is needed for missions that require heavy spacecraft after that may not be lifted off with a single launch vehicle, as per an Indian Express report. Docking can be used to set up space stations as well as to carry crew and supplies to it. On December 30, 2024, ISRO launched the SpaceX mission with two small 220 kg spacecraft blasting off from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Andhra Pradesh, Sriharikota, aboard the PSLV-C-60 rocket. The two satellites called Target SDX-02 and Chaser XDX-01 were injected into a circular 450-kilometer orbit. They then drifted away from each other at a distance of around 20 km in space for the docking experiment, which was initially to take place on January 7. However, ISRO announced on January 6 the SpaceX docking schedule on 7 is now postponed to 9. The docking process requires further validations through ground simulations based on an abort scenario identified today. On January 8, the space agency said it had initiated the drift on the spacecraft to move closer from 500 meters to 225 meters. It declared that day that the docking had been delayed due to technical issue. The drift has been arrested and spacecraft put in a slow drift course to move closer to its day. By tomorrow, it is expected to reach initialization conditions, ISRO said in a statement on January 9. The Indian Space Agency says Sunday, January 12, that it successfully carried out a trial attempt to bring the Chaser and Target satellites 3 meters closer to each other. They were then moved apart to a safe distance. ISRO described it as an exciting handshake of the two satellites in space. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol was arrested on Wednesday over his failed martial law attempt after hundreds of anti-graft investigators and police raided his presidential compound to end a weeks-long standoff. Yoon Suk-yeol, who was impeached and charged with insurrections over his short-lived effort to impose martial law last month, is the first sitting president in the nation's history to be arrested. Hundreds of police officers and investigators from the Corruptions Investigations Office has streamed up the driveway to the presidential residence before dawn on Wednesday, some scaling perimeter walls and hiking up back trails to reach the main building. It was their second effort to arrest Yoon. A first attempt on January 3rd failed after a tense-long standoff with members of Yoon's official Presidential Security Service (PSS) who refused to budge when investigators tried to execute their warrant. Yoon's lawyer announced on Wednesday morning the president had agreed to speak to investigators and that he had decided to leave the residence to prevent a serious incident. President Yoon has decided to personally appear at the Corruptions Investigations Office today. Suk Dong-hyun said on Facebook, adding that Yoon would also deliver a speech. But investigators announced shortly after that Yoon had been arrested. The Joint Investigations Headquarters executed an arrest warrant for President Yoon Suk-yeol today, January 15 at 10:33 a.m. They said in a statement. The arrest comes after South Korean investigators used ladders to enter his residence compound in Seoul after clashes broke out when his skirt blocked the main gate, news agency Reuters reported. The investigations also arrested Kim Sung-hyun, the acting chief of the Presidential Security Service, for blocking their initial attempt to arrest Yoon Suk-yeol, the Yonhap news agency reported. Yoon Suk-yeol has resisted arrest since a short-lived December 3rd power grab plunged the country into its worst political crisis in decades after he directed soldiers to storm parliament in a bid to stop lawmakers from voting down his move. The former star prosecutors, who has already been suspended from duty by lawmakers, would become the first sitting president in South Korea history to be arrested if the court order warrant is carried out, news agency AFP reported. The execution of the presidential arrest warrant has begun. Acting President Choi Sang-mok has confirmed in a statement. This situation is a crucial moment for maintaining order and the rule of law in South Korea, he added. In the morning of a high drama in Seoul, an unarmed team of investigations from the Corruptions Investigations Office (CIO) and police officers tried to enter the residential compound but were blocked by unidentified personnel at the entrance gate, AFP reported. Investigators were involved in clashes with those defending the residence. Around 20 personnel believed to be investigators then climbed ladders into Yoon's residential compound, AFP reported, citing TV footage. Police and CIO were also seen marching up the roads leading to Yoon's hillside residence, holding ladders after entering the compound from at least two different entrances. Yoon's lawyer, Suk Dong-hyun, wrote on Facebook that negotiations were underway for the president to voluntarily appear because of the risks of a serious situation between the rival forces. At least one person was injured during the standoff. They were transported away by fire authorities. Yoon's lawyers were earlier seen in front of the residence protesting the arrest warrant's executions, while a white police van later tried to enter the compound without success. Supporters removed. Investigators were also attempting to enter the residence through an alternative mountain hiking trail, Yonhap News TV reported. As they moved in on Yoon's residence, police arrested the acting head of the presidential guard, Kim Seong-hyun, on Wednesday, Yonhap added. The main road in front of Yoon's residence was completely blocked off with police bus barricades early Wednesday, while thousands of his die-hard supporters massed outside. Defenders of the city of Mariupol and of the Azovstal steel plant in southeastern Ukraine are among the 25 prisoners released by Russia in a reciprocal prisoner exchange, the first of 2025. The freed prisoners include both military personnel and civilians. Ukrainian President Zelensky said many of them have serious injuries and illnesses, and each will receive all the necessary medical care, he wrote on X. I am grateful to the team that searches for our people and organizes this important work. We extend our gratitude to the United Arab Emirates for their assistance in making today's event possible, the President added. Mariupol was besieged by the Russian army in May 2022 when the last soldiers defending the city's Azovstal steelworks were evacuated. The Russian Defense Ministry also announced that 25 Russian servicemen had been returned from Ukraine and were being sent first to Belarus, where they will receive psychological and medical care and contact their families. In early January, Ukrainian Ombudsman Dmytro Lubinets reported the existence of a preliminary agreement with the Russians for a systematic exchange of prisoners in 2025. Lubinets says that the two countries will prioritize the return of captives who are seriously ill and wounded. We will see if the Russian side keeps its word, Lubinets added in an interview. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.